welcome to your mat. My name is Stacey, and I'll be guiding you through a gentle yoga practice today. Let your body be your ultimate guide as you move through practice. We're going to be using a strap for class today. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can substitute for any similar shaped item at home, so a belt, a dog leash, a long sleeve shirt if you want, or even a long thin towel. Anything you have, go ahead and get that, and I'll meet you on your mat lying in Shavasana. Take a few moments to find your way onto your back, sending your feet and arms wide away from your body. Slide your shoulder blades beneath you, creating a sense of openness through your chest. Let the limbs start to grow heavy into the floor below. Take a few slow breaths in and out through your nose. As you breathe in, feel your belly rise up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, let it soften down towards the floor. Big breath in, belly rise. A soft breath out as the belly falls. Stay connected to that same slow rhythm of breath as you start to turn your gaze over to the right. Right ear directing down towards the mat. Draw your gaze back through center and over to the left. Draw your gaze back through center. We'll start to awaken the body, one finger at a time, one toe at a time. Take a few rotations through your wrists and ankles in both directions. Then slide your feet together at the bottom of your mat. Bend your knees, start to draw your knees in towards your chest. You can interlace your fingers around the knees or take hold of the back of the thighs. Keep some length at the back of your neck. You want your chin tucked in ever so slightly. And all four corners of your pelvis on the floor as you draw the knees in towards you. Be a gentle rock from side to side, massaging your low back and pelvis on the floor. Land in the center. Let the soles of your feet find the floor. Your knees are still bent here. The soles of the feet can come to touch knees, open up like a book, creating a diamond shape with your legs. Option to place pillows or blocks beneath the knees if you have them. You can also bring your fists underneath the thighs for some support. Just to let this be a little more restorative. Arms can be at your side or with one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Just choosing which feels best today. Keep your left knee just as it is. Draw the right knee up through center. You're going to feel the left knee lower down towards the floor a little more, that's okay. Keep the right hip reaching for the floor as you draw the right knee in towards you, maybe interlacing your fingers around it. Your right knee can stay in the center, or you can start to open it up towards the tip of the right shoulder. As if you're showing the inseam of the right pant leg towards the sky. I sometimes find it helpful to place my left hand on my left hip, encouraging it down to the floor. Using the left hand on your left hip, find stillness there. Don't let it wobble or sway as you take slow motion circles with the right knee. Really isolating the movement to your right hip. Circling the opposite direction. Just listen to your body here. Where is it that you feel the stretch most? As you circle through that point of tension, this time we're going to pause and hold. Left leg is completely surrendering to gravity here, creating a sense of openness to the front of the left hip and pelvis. Maybe even up the left inner thigh. Draw your right knee up through center. Extend your left leg long to the bottom of your mat. Your left leg is active here. With the left heel on the floor, point your left toes up towards the sky and draw them to your face. And soften through the right ankle though as you hug your right knee close towards you. Send your right hip crease away from your shoulders and down into your mat. Settle into stillness. Long of your left side body. We'll start to move into a twist, crossing the right leg over your body to the left. Allow your right hip to lift up off of the floor, maybe stacking it on top of the left. Right shoulder's reaching down towards the ground as you extend your right arm beside you. You can use your left hand as a little added weight on the right leg if you like, but never being forceful, especially in a twist. The gaze is at the ceiling or over to the right. Draw your gaze back in center. The right knee finds center as well. Hug the right knee in towards you for one more breath. And with the right knee drawn in, we're going to reach for our strap. Loop the strap over the ball of the right foot and start to send the right foot up towards the sky. If this is a little bit too much today, you're welcome to bend your left knee, bring the sole of the left foot onto the floor. Stay long through your right side body so you're lengthening up the right waist and pressing your right hip into the mat. Without lifting the right hip, start to draw your toes towards the floor behind you. It does not have to touch. For a stretch at the back of the right thigh. You can have as much or as little bend in the knee as you like. As long as you're feeling that stretch, you're in the right place. Breath and we're finding length. Length up the right side body, from the right hip to the right shoulder. And length up the right leg. Every exhale, maybe you're able to find a little more depth into your stretch. We're going to bring the straps now into the right hand. Use your left hand on your left hip, encourage it into the ground. See if you can keep the same depth so the toes continue to reach beyond your head. We're going to start to open the leg up to the right side of the room. Don't worry so much about touching your foot to the floor. We want to work on sending the right foot over to the right, but also back behind you without lifting the left hip off of the floor. You can keep your left hand on the left hip, or you can even slide your left fingers under the left glute. Press your hip down into your fingertips. Whichever allows you to keep the most awareness and keep that left hip rooted. Draw the right foot back through center. Release the strap. Extend your right leg long to meet the left. Take a mini shavasana here, just noticing any subtle changes from side to side. Slide your feet together at the bottom of your mat. Draw your knees in towards you. Maybe a little rock from side to side. Find your center. Lower the soles of your feet onto the ground. The soles of your feet come to touch, the knees open up, creating that diamond shape once again. Choose whatever arm variation feels good at this time around. Draw the left knee up through center, allowing the right knee to lower if it needs. Drawing the left knee in towards you, the interlacing fingers around it. So that right leg is still in that open position with the inseam pointing at the sky. Always choose to stay in stillness, so we're going to find those little circles. So maybe bringing the right hand down onto the right hip, encouraging it to the floor as you gently rotate the left knee. As if you're stirring the thigh bone in its hip joint. Open up through your circle, you're going to feel your right knee lift up off of the floor. That's okay. Just see if you can find as much stillness as possible in your body. Circle the opposite direction. as you come through your point of tension, we're going to pause there and breath. Wherever the left leg is, that is your position for this pose. Maybe it's closer to the midline, maybe it's out towards the side. There is no correct answer. This is the tighter side. I feel a lot more tension in my right hip than I do in my left today. If that ever happens to you at home, please feel free to pause your video. Spend a little bit of extra time on your tight side than on your other. For now, we will draw our left knee back through center. Extend the right leg long to the bottom of the mat for wind relieving pose. The right toes are drawn towards your face. The left ankle can soften. Fill your belly with breath here. From here, we'll move into our twist. So lengthen first, then guide your left knee across your body to the right. Lift your hips a little bit and slide the right knee to the left, stacking them one on top of the other. Your left shoulder reach towards the floor, even if that means that the left knee lifts up a little bit. Choose whatever arm variation feels good. The gaze is at the ceiling or over to the left. Gaze comes back through center. The left knee will follow. Taking a moment here in your wind relieving pose. And we're going to reach for our strap. Loop it over the left toe mounds and send it up towards the sky. Again, just checking in. Maybe on the side you have to bend the right knee. Create a little bit of space in your body, that's okay. Or you can keep it extended long, whichever feels better. Even up your hips. Both hips equal distance from your shoulders and equal weight onto the ground. Notice as you push into the strap with a deep flex in your ankle, is the right toe or the pinky toe closer to the ceiling than the other? Maybe apply a little bit of pressure into the strap on that side to bring the foot in line with itself. Every breath in lengthens, every breath out. Find a little more depth. Move the straps into your left hand. Keep the flexed ankle and keep your toes reaching behind your head. Right hand is coming on right hip or beneath it, whatever helps you keep that awareness and keep it on the ground. We're going to start to open the left leg up to the left side of the room. Oftentimes here that right hip tries to lift up off the ground. It's our body's little way of tricking us into thinking we've gone deeper than we have. Keep that right hip heavy on the floor and really focus on the stretch on the inside of the left thigh. Slowly come back through center. One more breath here. And slowly release your strap. Let the left leg join the right. Take a mini shavasana. Slide your feet together at the bottom of your mat. Bend through the knees. Bring your right arm up overhead and roll over onto your right side body. Pull your knees in towards your chest, around through your back. Take a few breaths into your back body. When you feel ready in your own time, you're going to find your way up to a comfortable seated position. That can be sitting cross-legged, you can be on your knees or sitting on a pillow or a block. We'll just take a few moments here to find some gentle rotations through the upper body. Rotating in both directions. From here we'll move through seated cat and cow. If you prefer being in tabletop, you are welcome to go into a tabletop position. For your seated cat and cow, we're going to pull the heart forward first and then lift it up as you gaze to the sky. On an exhale, scoop your tailbone beneath you, round through your back body, pull your chin to your chest and gaze to your belly button. Big breath in, your tailbone's reaching back behind you, pull the heart forward, lift it up. Exhale for cat, rounded spine, hollow out your chest as you look to the belly button. Big breath in for cow. Big breath out for cat. Big breath in. Stay with that same motion. We're going to interlace our fingers, bring it behind our head. Gaze up, let your head rest on your interlaced fingers here. We're reaching the elbows towards the side of the room and back behind as if they're trying to touch behind you. On an exhale, bring the elbows forward, rounding through your back body, chin to chest, gaze to your belly button. Big breath in, pull the heart forward, lift it up, head resting in your hands. Exhale as if you're trying to touch your elbows to your belly button, find some roundness in your spine. Big breath in. Soft breath out. Either variation, find 3 more at your own pace. Release your arms onto your lap. Take a big breath in and reach up. As you exhale, we're bringing the right hand down to the floor, left fingertips reach up and over to the right. Really press firm into the left hip here. You can start to bend the right elbow if you like, and that helps keep the right shoulder from creeping up towards your ear. Make sure the heart is facing the room in front of you, not down towards the floor. Gaze can be forward or up towards the sky. Lifting the waist, the low ribs on the left up towards the ceiling. Rise up all the way. And we're going to find a twist, right hand to the left, your left hand comes behind you, gaze over the left shoulder. You can use the left fingertips on the floor or on your low back to lift up and lengthen through your spine. Maybe gentle pressure on the right hand deep into your twist. Back through center. We're going to cross our legs in the opposite direction, so opposite leg comes to the front. Again, just taking a few little rotations of the upper body in both directions. Find your center. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale, left hand comes down onto the ground, right fingertips are reaching up and over to the left. Left arm can stay straight, you can walk the fingers away, or you can start to bend through the elbow. Gaze is forward or up to the sky. That right hip stays heavy on the ground. Rise up all the way. On an exhale, left hand to the right knee, right hand comes behind you, 5-year twist. back through center. Give your shoulders a little bit of a roll in both directions. And we're going to extend the arms out in front. Cross the right wrist over the left. Open the arms or reach back behind you. Come back forward, the left hand is going to cross over the right. Open back up. Come forward, right hand over the left. Open up. Left hand over the right. Stay with that motion. See if you can keep the arms to stay as parallel to the ground as you can. And we're not necessarily swaying the chest forwards and backwards, really isolate movement to the shoulders. Inhales to open up. Exhales to come forward. Can you speed that process up? Not necessarily thinking too hard about the motions. You'll find that your chest does start to sway in this motion a little bit as you go faster. Letting the joints move freely. Taking 3 more in each direction. Slowly release. The hands rest on your legs, palms face up, maybe close your eyes. Taking a few breaths in stillness. Noticing any sensations through the arms or shoulders. Blink your eyes open. We're going to come to sit with the legs extended long to the bottom of your mat. Sitting up nice and tall here. So sliding yourself, shifting so that you're on the sits bones, not sitting on the back side of your pelvis. Take a few little circles with your toes in both directions. With the left leg still extended long, bend the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot onto the floor. The left hand or the left arm is going to take hold of the right knee, draw in towards the center. Right hand comes behind you to lengthen up through the spine and then find a twist, gazing over the right shoulder. Every breath in, lengthen up. Every breath out, deepen the twist. Keep that right knee hugged in towards the midline. Come back through center. The right leg stays as it is for now. We're going to slide the left leg to the bottom left corner of the mat. Open the right knee up towards the right. And slide the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Creating a 4 shape with the legs here. We're going to turn our hearts to face the right knee. Left hand or the left arm is going to come onto your left leg. With your right hand on your chest, start to open your heart up towards the right side of the room. Extend through the right fingertips and reach up towards the sky and over towards the left toes. We're not really worrying here about touching the toes. We want to keep our heart open to the right side of the room. Keep pressing firm through the right hip and lengthening up the right side body. A lot of times we get tempted to reach for that foot and we start to hollow out the chest and face the floor. We want to stay open here. It's more about lengthening up the side body than touching the toes. Rise up on an inhale. Right hand's going to come to the floor behind you. Left hand can come onto your hip. Pivot the left toes towards the right, coming onto the inner arch. We're going to lift our hips up and then extend the left fingertips high. Maybe we're reaching them up overhead. You can use the right leg on the ground here like a kickstand. Sending your hips up and over to the room on the right side of your mat. Maintain some stability through your right shoulder. Try not to sink into it. And keep pressing through the pinky toe edge of the left foot. Slowly lower your hips back down. Turn to face the front. That right leg is still in that bent position. Sole of the right foot is facing the left. We're going to bend the left knee. With the sole of the left foot on the floor, we're going to start to walk the left foot over to the left side of the mat and lower the left knee onto the ground. And so the soles of our feet are now facing the left and back behind us. Both of the knees are bent. A little bit of a 90-degree angle on the knees, but it can also be a little more narrow towards a 45. Walk the fingertips out in front of you. And start to walk the fingers to frame the right knee. Our left hip is going to lift up as we walk to frame that right knee. That's okay. If you have space to go deeper, you can keep walking the fingertips towards the back of your mat. Take a big breath in. We're going to lengthen. As you exhale, bending elbows, we'll start to lower the heart towards the floor like you're doing a push-up. Big breath in, press your palms to lift the heart. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. 2 more. This time as we lower down, we're going to hold the depth. So you can choose to stay with the elbows bent, palms on the floor, or if you prefer, you can come down onto your forearms. Maybe you're able to lower all the way down onto the mat. You can always use pillows or blocks if you have them to add some height. Just taking a few breaths in stillness. Rise up onto your hands if you're not already there. Come back through center. Extend your legs long to the bottom of your mat. Give your legs a little bit of a wiggle, maybe drawing circles with your toes in both directions. We'll set up for the second side. Bend the left knee, sole of the left foot onto the floor. The right hand or the right arm is going to take hold of that left leg. Left fingertips are going to come behind you to lengthen up, either fingers on the floor or your low back. Start to deepen into a twist, gazing over the left shoulder. Lengthen on the inhales, twist on the exhales. Come back through center. With the hands on the floor behind you to support your balance, we're going to slide the right foot over to the bottom right corner of the mat. Start to tip over onto the pinky toe edge of the left foot, opening the left knee to the left side of the room. And slide the left foot to the inside of the right leg. You can have the heel close to the pelvis or it can be down towards your knee. It does not matter. From here, we're going to open the heart up towards the left knee. So we're facing the left knee. Right hand or right arm is coming onto the right leg. Use your left hand to open your heart up a little bit further to the left. Extend the left fingertips and then reach them up overhead. You can allow your right hand or right arm to slide down your leg to create more space. You can also use blocks or pillows to bring the leg up a little bit higher, stacking them on top of your thigh or on the inside of the thigh, just to give yourself a little bit of a depth to put your arm on. At the floor, your leg is a little too far. Notice if the left shoulder is starting to creep towards the floor, can you open it back up? One more big breath here. Rise up all the way. Left fingertips come down towards the floor. Pivot the right toes to the left side of the room. Lift your hips up, extend through the right fingertips. We're looking for some space on the right side body, so press firm to the pinky toe edge. Extend through the middle finger on the right hand. Slowly lower the hips back down. Turn through center. Left leg stays just as it is. We're going to bend the right knee. Heel toe the right foot over to the right. Lowering the left knee down onto the floor. So again, the soles of the feet are now facing the right and back behind. As much or as little bend in the knees as you need here. Bring your fingertips out in front. We'll start to walk the hands to frame the left knee. Pause here, that right hip is going to lift, that's okay. If you'd like to go deeper, you can start to walk the fingertips over to the left further until you feel resistance. Once you reach that point of resistance, take a big breath in to lengthen. On the exhale, start to bend the elbows, lower the heart towards the mat. Inhale, straighten the arms, you lift up. Exhale, like you're doing push-ups, lower slowly. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 2 more. This time we're going to lower into your depth, so maybe you come onto forearms, maybe you're able to lower all the way down onto your mat. Long, slow breaths in and out through your nose. Slowly rising up. Come back through center. Extend your legs long, give them a wiggle. Draw some circles with your toes in both directions. Here we'll bend through the knees first and then slowly lower down onto your back. With the knees bent, walk the feet to the edges of your mat. Let the knees tip in to touch. You can place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Just take a few breaths here to allow your low back to reset into the mat. This is always a great alternative to Shavasana. If you have low back sensitivity or issues with your hips, lying on your back is uncomfortable. Come here at any time throughout your practice. We're going to heel toe the feet towards one another. The soles of the feet on the floor. Reach the fingertips towards the heels. Maybe you're able to walk the heels in a little bit closer towards your glutes. Slide your shoulder blades beneath you. We're going to take a big breath in, press the soles of the feet, lift your hips up towards the sky. Slide your shoulder blades beneath you a little bit further. Slowly lower the hips back down. Press the feet, lift your hips up. Exhale to lower. Lifting up. Lowering slowly, resist gravity here. One more time, we're going to lift to hold. Maybe you slide your hands all the way under your back, interlacing at the fingers. Get those shoulder blades right underneath of your body as you press down with the pinky fingers. The knees are pointing the same direction as the toes. They're not starting to splay out to the sides. Think about sliding your heels towards the bottom of the mat without actually moving the legs. One more big breath in. Slowly lower down. The soles of the feet come to touch, the knees open up like a book, creating a diamond shape in your legs. Let your arms find their place at your sides, palms facing up. If you close the eyes, start to return your awareness to your breath. Taking some long inhales and exhales through your nose. Just experiencing the belly rising and falling with every breath. As you return to this position, just take note in your body any subtle changes from when you first found your way into this pose earlier in your practice. You're welcome to stay here in this reclined cobbler's pose, or you can extend your feet long to the bottom corners of your mat, preparing yourself for a Shavasana. Whichever position you have chosen, invite stillness into your body and offer yourself a few more breaths here on your mat before going on to the rest of your day, your evening, or your week. Again, my name is Stacey. It is with absolute pleasure that I guide you through practice today and always. Namaste.